Alors, this is an item on both outcome subject, big subjects such as trafficking and or widespread it might be in some countries, and some rich countries also appear nowhere in the mass media. So this is about this, and also it was intertwined with social credit in China. Please check my blog for social credit. I didn't write something especially, but I have a collection of very resourceful and trustworthy articles and videos that are collected on YouTube, basically, from very serious sources about the social credit in China. So I didn't write or neither collect writing about that, but videos. So please do check, because it's very interesting, and more, it's very, very worrying. It's a big brother society, basically. So about wondering what happened if in the mass media there is no the news that we need for to understand the world and to understand the dangers it poses. Same as for the subject above, around us, widespread but nowhere clearly enunciated in the mainstream media, sometimes in fact insisting so the mainstream media, sometimes insisting and repeating the opposite. That is to say, oh no, they should say to you, oh, worry, this horrors happening. No. They don't talk about this, and they talk about what they could be interpreted as good thing instead, and develop about them. Also, like the BBC, and to my knowledge, all of our major media institutions very own practice. So much for the fourth power, fourth state, and fourth branch of the government, because let's not forget that the media is a power. It's very much, and for nationalized media, then which are the mass media, I guess in terms of news anyhow, yeah. And I guess also why they shush really a lot of subject is because they are doing their job as diplomatic branches, diplomatic channels. Oh yeah, I'm not talking about the multiple human rights abuses you are doing up there, and let's go on doing business and not being a friend with each other, yeah. First, making believe to the huge majority of the population that in fact those groups have peaceful intent and well-founded doctrine. Yeah, no problem. It's all good. Is about peace. It's about love. Well, they are about slavery. Yeah. Well, any debatant at it, if seriously researching, would know it is only deceptive. So if we start being deceptive, if mass media is about deception, what are we gonna do? It's yet again completely ruining trust to the politician and to the media. And once again, I think this is so much in the face, but is mechanical, and that they know they will destroy trust, the population's trust toward. So they know that the population won't rely on them. And to me, I won't say what it is about, but to me it's on purpose. So if we can't trust anyone, then anything can happen. And also, it's also if you are so beaten up, and if you realize that you are beaten up by everybody, then where you go into withdrawal, and you just wait for your fate to to fail upon you, and that's all. Yeah, it's so much. It's so aberrant. Also, I think it's a signal to the higher class, but them they can afford. Titles such as the Times and so forth, but where like you can find in-depth items about real situation in some places and so forth. It's really giving them the tell them, you see, what we broadcast is absolutely not the same that we broadcast to you, the class, upper class, and so forth. Yeah, and so it's really a way to treat people like where we can hear it a lot, like little children, or yes, at least in the little children is a bit reducing this. It's just, you want to keep them just illiterate. Maybe you can read, but you will never be able to read what really is happening, what really the big institution and the one that can afford a good newspaper is able to read. And yeah, maybe we could all afford good papers. We would stop writing about it. This I can't know. Alors, this is the item I'm talking about on social credit in China. I cannot hyperlink because it was on the radio. And then I want to say that it's on the radio, and I think it's not innocent. It was on the radio and not on the paper. But a worthy item by the BBC, to which I will refer here, because while censorship of all informal, so I'm talking about again about censorship in China, censorship of all informal, all blogs and all video and artistic Western source, and I did a special one on blog and also on YouTube about censorship in China. And artistic Western sources is taking place, and but the main media does not talk directly about it. Many blogs and alternative posts have been made about it. Yes, mass media doesn't talk about it, but alternative media, some of which very, very highly trustworthy and so forth, is big institution. They are not mass media, but they're still academics and from university or from institute or big think tanks and so forth. It is not the tabloid, or only blogs. Yeah, it is not only personal blogs about it. It's many people, also different country, because depending on the country, who will talk about it. Yeah. Russian, I don't think they talk about this because they are doing it as well. So, but maybe a lot of Australia, because Australia is next to China and depend on China and might be attacked by this cultural trickle down, it has been said there, of a brother society type. Have been made about it, perhaps mainly by people having lived in China. Also, there's this as well, is that China opened. China have an history of opening to foreign worker, and opening and closing, and opening and closing. But now they just open their borders as well. So people are realizing the extent of what censorship is, and also people who wants to work there, they can't use Facebook any longer. They can't use their blogs if they used to write their blogs. They can't watch or read the blogs that their friends were writing, because you can't access it. So also the people that will work and live in China in the past, you could blog with VPN software, yeah, by bypassing the Great Firewall of China, VPN, it is called. But since 2017, if you use a VPN, you might be thrown in prison. You might be thrown to prison. So from China, we go as a criminal offense. Now they made it criminals. Yeah, since 2016, since Xi Jinping has been now is a general of the army as well, things are getting tougher and tougher and tougher. However, the BBC updated and groundbreaking. Yes, là, I admit they did something well on the ready. It does only happen. Is the only mass media that I know that talk, and they talked about that only once, yeah, about internet choices and activities made by their citizens are stored by the government and how it affects. So that is in China, of course. So whatever you do on the internet, the government knows about it. They store your activity, and this activity will affect positively or negatively the welfare, allowances, and help provided by the state. So the state, which himself is monopolized at all levels by the Communist Party, which is the only party. Communist Party in China is the only party you can heard of. So it will affect your perspectives of finding jobs, of keeping your job, of becoming civil servants, everything that you do on the web, yeah? or benefiting from state services. This is not directly related, but still it is. Yeah? In some part of China, some part of population of China, they are so poor, they cannot afford for their ID and multiple certificate application, because if you are a Chinese citizen, you need a certificate. You need, I think, is 80 certificate. Compulsorily, you need certificates to do anything. You can find a list of all that, but if you don't have the certificate, you can't do that things. So to find job, to find a flat for your electricity bill or things like this, things very, very that you will need in life, and then you need to pay. Some people can't even afford their ID, the price of their ID. They are so poor. Yeah. The state apparatus will respond individually to the citizens according with whether they think that the citizens tick the wrong, quote unquote, or the right, quote unquote, options. Yes. So please, this is just a very small paragraph about that. Have a look at social credit system. Social credit system in China that penalizes people socially through good or bad point attribution or distribution. For what we know of our between what the dishonest states operate, one can imagine the good mafia earning a salary as civil servants, because they are also relying on people reporting on their neighbors, on their families, on everyone. Yeah, if you report well, someone that said did something bad, was criticizing the regime, for example, or criticizing their official or their officials or their presidents, then they give you good point. Yeah, if you turn them over. Yeah, earning a salary as civil servants. So one can imagine the good mafia earning a salary as civil servants, revenue as estate agent, and honorific awards and rewards for the system. Soon heirloom when nepotism is well endowed, to continue to be so sadly adapted to any size of corruption. So to come back to the mainstream mass media, because there's a difference between mass media and mainstream. But what we are bombarded with is it's the mass media. Mainstream as well, but mainstream is it's more when we start looking for it. So when we start looking for it, maybe you can jungle, but if you've got a radio, the main radio is what will talk about the national news, and there will be one channel just monopolizing everything. So this is what I wrote on BBC and the other nationalized media following the trend of making people paid for the national channel licenses from this year. So we are in 2020. People will pay licensing just to have to watch the TV. And in fact, since this year, I would have to check, but I think it's the older people as well, or there is changes. They ask for more from more people and from more people. But so to have a right to watch TV, that is clearly a tool for propaganda. I'm not saying it's everything, but the way it is done really there is not, for example, diversity of sources. Yes, it's one of the academic things where now you pay university thousands and thousands dollars to teach you. You need several sources. Then it's all every time is the same guy, telling you what to think, and primarily how they think about something, how they present it, and so forth. With programs that cost millions, some programs they cost millions to produce. The guy we've got a science program here. This guy he's a professor, he's very good, it's very interesting at time what he's saying, but instead of him talking from his desk and doing for the same price 100, and not only him, of course, because he can't be a specialist of everything, far from it, but 100 programs from different professors and doctors and so forth, they send one guy, everywhere, all over the world. For 1 hour program, they send in South and North Poles, in Africa, in Asia, just to see, search for people to watch his lip moving and his body going through. It's not even he goes to with a cameraman to report on something. No, you have to watch their head. This guy has been offered a biplane, by the way, pollute everything, just to see him walk 30 seconds clip on a mountain, to talk about science of the stars, something like this. Things it's only you can conceive about this way of doing things if you think that you are a vassal, if you think you have a servant, like a base servant of people who will ask you after thousands and thousands and thousands of your money if you are working class, that you will never able to repay. Because also, university is first has been a way to be able to think differently as well, and also to train. But it doesn't mean you train, you've got a job. It's not the way it works. But basically, if you need to pay thousands of pounds for university, it means that it's finished. You can't get educated any longer. It's too expensive to get educated. And then they show you a guy that spend millions, millions, maybe not millions, but thousands and thousands and thousands of pounds just to deliver one hour program about the science program. And then that is all. And after, what you do if there's no science program done through national channel by universities and so forth? And that, by the way, would fuel university to hopefully to have more diverse view, to research more. Yes, because also if they say one guy does everything and you spend thousands and thousands of pounds on absolutely nothing that is linked with research and so forth, it means that it's gonna be the same at university. It means that when you give your essay to the guy that is your chief, you will have to say it all back about this propaganda by reducing the topic, by reducing the ideas, by reducing the point of views and so forth. So it's fully the same system. Is that if you are not allowing your people to educate themselves, then you will fuel with nonsense, ignorance, and imbecility, basically. Yes, it's where we are at. Yeah. So this is about this mass media, while paying their stars, are the people completely and truly monopolizing the debates. Yeah, is it normal in a population of millions of people? There's only one guy, but every day goes on every subject with this little word, with this little question on multiple debate, and on top of it, you can have this with let's say good anchors, but more and more on the mass media, they will the question are so stupid, they are so irrelevant, whatever, I'm gonna stop here. But they impoverish through lack of will, skills and power, created factors of decision making, because so inane programs cannot be very really fronting to not dishonor one's profession. Yeah, I mean, maybe they are son of someone. Maybe they've got there not because of their commitment, but because they say what the producer wants them to say. But still, any intelligent people can see how it works. That is dishonorable to their profession to say nothing about nothing all the time. Because maybe you can talk about breakfast once in a while, it's good for everyone, yeah. But also there is local channel to do that, yes. There is specialist channel, there's cooking channel to do that, yeah. If you do that on a national channel, the national channel every day, it means that really you think that your people is able to do what? One thing is to cook tea, yeah? And in fact not even well, yeah. How can someone serious be relevant every day on all matters? That's another topic. They will comment on everything. The poverty power of debate, because they create poverty for debates, is such in some of his programs and on radio that debates have been excluded as such. Radio is a very important thing, I think, more than TV, because TV you decide to be in front of. Radio, well, when you do your thing for working people, especially for maybe for women that are home doing their stuff, then you have to rely on radio. Podcast, it's not easy to listen to podcasts like this. So you even if if it really will dumb you and will bring you nothing, you tend to listen to the radio because it's just a button to push and you can listen to that, yeah. And then also they are supposed to bring population together. So you are supposed to listen to them to know what's going on as a whole, but we never bring you that. And as such, and on the radio that debates have been excluded as such. It is just people saying how formidable or ordinary they are, all of them sharing receipts for breakfast and positivity as mantra for not saying anything relevant to reality. In asking the odd interview, how they are and they feel, not what they know, not what they study, not what they experience, not what they live themselves, but ask about their feeling like you do the kings, yes? Like a bunch of paid psychologists, because there's psychology behind it, yeah? I've just watched recent things on the US opioid things, yeah? Yet again, it's not very relevant, but it is because it is about psychology to ask how you feel and how you are, yeah, and how you feel about things, yeah. But they never ask you that, the psychologists, just what they do, the work they do with you. I mean, when psychology is linked with the state, they give you opioid to, or this is medical rather, so to kill the pain. But the psychologists or psychiatrists, not psychologists, psychiatrists, they give you medication, yeah. So it's not like if the society was all about what you feel and try to make the best of it. It's not even that. The psychologists that work with the state are clinicians. They work with psychiatrists and they will give you medication. They're not giving you anything else. They will give you medication. And on the radio that are linked with the state for sure, yeah. So they ask you like you are, not what you do to, or the challenges you encounter to make the world better. No, like a bunch of paid psychologists or courtesans on sadistic trips, as if the whole society were confined to their hospital of non-enunciating. Because what they want to ask you is not how you are, is how to not to say anything about life and about it's difficult to overcome the subject they are not talking about, or come where school at work, the inequalities, the effect in life, and why we are dying with products that are thrown onto earth with insecticide, all of it. There is no in-depth even. I mean, of course, it's not because there's in-depth item and research, but it will change anything. But if you don't have them, it's a start of the end, obscurantism, or you are in the dark all the time. And on top of it is propaganda at you all the time in your head. You will talk about menstruation, where we'll have 1 hour every month on topics such as menstruation, while in fact in some rich country, in the UK, there will be a female that come in the UK to female mutilation, yeah. And now they talk about like if they were still in the 70s, in the 60s, our poor great grandma didn't know about this thing, and they will talk about that. I mean, yes, there is a place to talk about that. By the way, they are more in school. What I mean is that they're not doing it to help women. No, they are doing it to help women if we think that women are just slaves in their kitchen, and that the only way they talk about menstruation is it's when listening to their radio. It's how they treat people. And it's what we are gonna become, because if we don't talk about trafficking, and trafficking is gonna come just as secretly, as softly, as unobserved and unexpectedly, and it will strike 100 as much, yeah, times as much. Oh, let's hope, because of course you report in a way that you want to stop, you want to protect population, not that you want to enslave population. Of course, there is all that as well, because you could report and saying, mate, it's what you're gonna do in a while, yeah, being trafficked, yeah. Shushing and dismissing two specialists, because also this nonsense of talking about nothing is that, see, when you talk about nothing on this mass media, you can have channel where you talk about yourself but social media are here for it, yeah. But when you are monopolizing national channel for that, yeah, you are dismissing two specialists, or because they are two specialists and no one is gonna ask them, and then you kill their specialty like this, or it's because anyhow they are already being killed, because the fact that you don't ask will do that, they won't exist, because they will have no channels and no way of working and of also sharing their knowledge, sharing their work. And also there is no we have to share work, because we are in a very, very busy life, yes, where what we found is so much of dual for intellectual knowledge, you need to share, and why it is recognized for society to be able to fight if there's a major problem with what people live. But nothing is investigated. Dismissing to specialists often and losing opportunities to aid education and cultivation. All of that is propaganda. If you monopolize a channel of communication and of mediatization, and that you monopolize it in order to kill the main subject that are threat to population, this is simple propaganda, as there is no other word for that. These stars of the media putting our brains off the media, paying literally million to make program, and this is true. BBC, the most paid on the BBC, she is paid million doing basic entertainment. It's not someone who is gonna invest in science or in social science advancement of something. No. It's simple basic entertainment, to be honest. It's like an encore, yeah? It's nothing to do with research and so on. She's paid million by the BBC, and the poor people will have to pay a license to watch this. To make program that costs millions, sending them all over the world for 1 hour watch, and then for filming their faces instead of what they were supposed to report on. And on top of it, you've got this guy that is everywhere, that speak about everything, and when they send him reporting on something that is happening in another country, you don't see the other country, you don't see the other people, you don't see almost, just see a snapshot of 3 seconds, and after you have to see his face. When that despicable, disdainful, spitting at everyone's less well-born, they are speaking at the QI and egos, yes? Because, people have got egos, because basically you need to ego to function, yeah? What it is, what does it say to your person? But you have to be part of it, to be this inequality, and that they mock your intelligence. It's mocking intelligence, it's mocking independence, it's mocking autonomy, it's mocking everything that people live in, that they were supposed to share and to participate in. So it's a mockery of democracy as well, because it's participative democracy. You need to participate. If no one else asks you, or all they ask you is, how do you feel today? Yeah? Or of course, you could say, I feel that I've been working I don't know, as a support carer, and I realized that the kids I was looking for, they will be prone to prostitution, that they were not well took care and looked after and so forth. The principle is that the moment you say that, anyhow, they never invite someone like you. Because what you are supposed to say about how are you? Oh, well, I'm well, and yes, talk about your journey on the train at most. Huh? So this royalty slaps on the face will stop. When will it stop? Well, I don't think it will. It will, because this society like this, where we know that the inequalities are more and more and more. No, they serve you. You have to pay a license to be served things as delusional, as disgusting as this. Yes, and that on top, it is about your education. It's about you to be aware of what is happening around us. Yeah. Are we serfs? Well, we can't say no, and that goes on and on.